Just one day to go before the end of the month, and September sure hasn't been pretty for investors. All the major indexes, equities that is, on track for declines. And once the book closes on September, it also closes on the third quarter, which could be the worst quarter for stocks in years. But now attention turns to the fourth, when football games and investment years are won or lost. And this year's fourth quarter has at least four challenges that will determine whether 2015 turns out to be a winner for investors like you or a loser. Challenge number one, China and the global economy. The world, as Thomas Friedman wrote, is flat, interconnected. That's one of the key lessons of 2015. When China sneezes, the world catches a cold. And China's slowing economy, no one knows by exactly how much, has spelled trouble for commodities, oil and the metals most notably. But it's also meant harder times for companies that export into the world's second largest economy. Companies like Caterpillar and the automakers, including the besieged Volkswagen. China's stock market nosedived, albeit after steep run-ups. Billions in wealth evaporated. So what's next for China, and what will it mean for investors the world over? Challenge number two, U.S. corporate profits. How will they stack up for the third quarter when companies start reporting about 10 days from now? FactSet predicts S&P 500 profits could decline 4% or more. The bright sectors, like consumer discretionary and financials, will be more than offset by declines in energy, where profits could fall by 2/3 from just a year ago. It's tough for stocks to make headway when corporate profits stall.
The big picture is that we are in an earnings recession, and I think it's these continual hits, downgrade in earnings that is really just weighing on this market.
Challenge number three, Congress and the White House. Speaker Boehner's resignation may make a government shutdown less likely this week.
I spend every day trying to do the right things for the right reasons, and I'm not going to be any different tomorrow than I am today. I'm not worried at all.
But Boehner will be gone come November. What then? What happens in December when the government's borrowing ability dries up unless the debt ceiling is raised? Americans seem to like divided government. Dysfunctional government? Not so much. Finally, challenge number four, the central banks. Will easier money from the central bankers in Europe, Japan, and China help those economies stabilize or even expand? And when will the Fed move? Janet Yellen and others say a rate hike will probably come this year. But if a rate hike finally does come, how will the markets react? Four big unknowns, four big challenges as the fourth quarter kicks off.